We can literally feel the NFL draft upon us, Cravante, but we're at the home stretch on these draft profiles. We're heading to Alabama with another high first round prospect, Tyler Booker, probably the best guard in this draft.
Yes, it go figure. He goes to Alabama, so they breed football players down there in the good old SEC. And yeah, he's definitely one of the better offensive guards. Not a sexy position, but when you got a guy, it makes a difference. But again, not a sexy position because we've talked about it before. You do not want the Ravens to pick a guard.
Nope,
You don't want to see it.
nope.
But when you got a guy at guard at them two guard positions, it makes a world of difference. Ask the Eagles.
Tyler Booker out of Alabama. He's another junior guard, 6'5", 321, 5'3", 840, 34.5-inch arms, 11-inch hands, 27-inch vertical, 21 reps at 225. He was a five-star recruit. 2022 All SEC, started 12 games. 2023 second team All SEC, started 12 games. 2024 second team All American, starting in every game. Cravante, when you look at the guard position, Tyler Booker checks a lot of boxes.
Well, first of all, I think where he played matters a lot. We talk about competition. And he played in SEC, play Alabama. So there's a lot of NFL talent. I'm sure he has come across, and Alabama, just the program, even though Nick Saban is not there anymore, Alabama is still very much Alabama. Um, but big guy, very explosive run blocker and plays with excellent power and been at the point of attack. Powerful lower half with great ability to be an anchor versus power rushers and good hand placement. These are really good traits to have as an interior offensive lineman because the guys that's coming at you typically are coming with a lot of power. So being able to have a anchor and create a base is very, very, very important. Um, this is something you probably don't normally see out of like interior linemen. Um, Captain, leader, and alpha who raised the bar of everyone around him. You usually don't see that from like a guard position. You may see it like out of a tackle or like maybe one of those premier positions, but from the pretty much from the guard position, um, that is an intangible that you can't put a price tag on. Now those are his strengths. Go to weaknesses. We have he struggles with quicker interior rushers at times. Um, and at the NFL, there's a lot more of them than I'm sure he's seen at the collegiate level. And also we have rushers have success working his edges sometimes. Now him being guard, I don't see that being too much of a problem, but nonetheless, it's something to look into.
Do you think him only being a guard, Cravante, hurts him? Because I don't want a guy who just plays one position if they do draft the old lineman, whatever team. I like versatility. Does that hurt him because he only can play guard?
I think unfortunately, it will. Did you had come across his measurables as far as his arm length? Because
Yes,
that's huge,
30,
especially point.
30, 34.5-inch arms, 11-inch hands,
Ooh,
27-inch vertical, 21 reps, 225, 5'3", 840. So 6'5", 321 is what I have.
um, you could try your hand at it, um, because he has the size. He checks the boxes physically at as a tackle, but I I don't know. He looked like you kind of just plug him in at guard and let him live there, man. I'm not sure how much versatility you can have, but he can get out and run. Um, try him. I don't know, in a pinch, maybe you could put him at tackle because like at tackle, the arms lift and the size and being able to anchor is really important. So I think he has the ability to play tackle. I just haven't seen it on tape.
Comparable, and where does he go, Cravante? I think he is a round one guy.
I absolutely think he's a round one guy. Somebody who played on a championship level offensive line. Trey Smith, from good old Kansas City, just being finding your place on the offensive line is absolutely huge. And Trey Smith, I think, did that quite well at the collegiate level, and he has a lot of similarities to our guy Booker.
All right, Cravante, let's look at the first round and where
All
do you
right.
see him going potentially? Let me do this. Oh, all right, there we go. All right, there we go. Moving on a little bit.
Okay, let's go to the
Taking,
middle. Yeah, let's go mid. Okay, I think that's his ceiling is at 13.
okay.
I think that's his ceiling. Um and honestly, his floor is the rest of the round, really. Really and truthfully. I think he could pick anywhere between the Dolphins and the bottom of the first round, because as it gets later in the draft, the value for guards gets a little bit better. And even though, again, you've gone on record saying, "Hey, I don't want to see the Ravens pick a guard," but that back end of the first round would probably be the ideal place for an offensive guard of his caliber. But I'm not sure he'll fall that far, because even, I mean, I don't necessarily want to see the Commanders take a guard, but I understand it. Again, you look and see what the Eagles did in this past Super Bowl. The trenches. If anything, if you took anything away from that game, they dominate on the trenches on both sides of the ball. And if you have interior guys who can dominate, it makes a world of difference. But again, in the first round, it's not a sexy pick. It's not. This is something that's going to pay off 3 years down the line.
I agree. Like I said, I have nothing against guards. Just don't think the Ravens need one in the round one. Now, round two, three, or
Sure.
four, we'll see what happens. But like you said, Cavante could be any of those teams in the bottom. Final thoughts on Tyler Booker, and the draft is almost here. We'll be live for the draft, Cavante.
Um, Man, listen, we're on our run of linemen right now, and this is one of the good ones, man. I think you can plug him in immediately. I think he played left guard, uh, more so specifically, but I think he can play either guard situation, and he'll probably be a Pro Bowl caliber guard, year one, year two, which is all you can ask for in a draft where it's a bunch of hits and misses, man.
Stay tuned. We're going to keep the draft profiles rolling along as we inch towards the NFL draft. We'll be live for it. Cavante will be with me. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and we'll be covering all the prospects here on the Flex Zone.